A severe, conservative, middle-aged woman with an intelligent look in her eye.
Good evening, Dr. Myklos.
Oh, good evening, Miss Bo.
So, Dr. Myklos, has this been a good year for you?
I would say yes, very good. I came here from Greece just a short time ago, and look at me now, curator of the largest private museum in New York.
I'm happy to hear that, Dr. Myklos. Tell me, have you noticed anything unusual at the museum lately?
The whole museum is unusual, my dear. We are surrounded by dead things. Just walk around for a while and breathe in its wonderful atmosphere. Why, the whole place smells of death.
I just may do that. Have you ever noticed any dead things that, well, don't belong?
My dear, every dead thing belongs. Dead things are our friends.
Dr. Myklos, do you have any idea who would want to steal the dagger of Ammon-Ra?
Very funny. Everybody, silly girl. It's a priceless artifact. Not only that, but it is said that the blade is an unknown alloy that can slice through bone like butter.
I suppose that was a silly question after all. Let me rephrase that. Do you know of anyone with any particular motive?
Well, Tut Smith and Ramses Najir both wanted it very badly to return it to their homeland. But they are both so upset, it hardly seems possible that they could have done it. Then again, perhaps they are just fine actors.
You're an expert in Egyptology, aren't you, Dr. Myklos?
Well, yes, I suppose I am. I have been fascinated with the ancient Egyptians since I was a tiny girl. They loved death like you Americans love baseball. Dr. Carter is an odd one if you ask me. He is so very interested in gaining personal glory. He doesn't seem to fully understand the beauty of what he has discovered. Why, the Ammon-Ra artifacts are a symphony, a tribute to the wonders of death. Dr. Carrington is a quiet one. I don't see him very often. I'm certain, however, that he must have a poetic soul.
What makes you say that, Dr. Myklos?
I have seen him walking amongst the dead in the Egyptian exhibit late at night. I cannot blame him. It's better than moonlight on headstones. Yes, Detective O'Reilly. I can't say that I'm overly fond of that one. He has little respect for the wonderful things in the museum, and he is too firmly rooted in this life. I do not believe that he likes the dead at all. Can you imagine? odd little fellow, that one. He reminds me of one of the specimens in my dried rat collection. Yes, he runs the laundry down the way. He always manages to keep the pleating in my silk shrouds just right. I find Yvette to be a charming young lady. Some people around here don't appreciate her zest for life, but I find her quite refreshing. Ah, Wolf. He has some lovely scars, doesn't he? Just between us girls, I think he's dreamy. Mr. Najir is a very quiet one, isn't he? And so polite. Sometimes I wonder about him, though. I see a certain light in his eyes, like Daisy's, when she's about to kill a spider. I think I like Mr. Najir. Ah, the young stevedore, Steve Dorian? He is a charming young fellow. I imagine he has some wonderful scars from working on the docks. I don't know if I trust that one. She screamed when she saw my beautiful dried rat exhibit and cried out like a baby when my ferret Daisy bit her ankle. Foolish woman. The Tribune is an excellent paper. You are most fortunate to be employed there, Miss Bo.
Oh, why thank you, Dr. Myklos.
Stick with the Tribune, my dear, and you will almost certainly go far. Their article on dysentery in the Herdanos of Spain was simply marvelous. Oh, I find the police fascinating. They spend all their time trying to stop crime and murder, and yet they shoot people themselves. Interesting, isn't it? I'm sure I don't have an answer for that, Miss Bo. The Lion Decker is my home now. I never want to leave it. Its musty hallways and creeping shadows are in my very blood. Can you imagine spending an entire lifetime drifting through the land of the dead? That opportunity is mine, and I treasure it.
How do you like living in New York, Dr. Myklos?
Well, I had always heard it was a city rife with crime and danger and murder. So far, I have not been disappointed. Yes, I am aware that many people enjoy going to such places. I personally do not. I find them too noisy and the people are too lively. I would like to get a good close look at some of those hedonist livers, however. That bootleg alcohol is quite strong.